Alright everyone, so we're coming off a total domination complete sweep with Rome Total War Remastered as the House of Julii, something I've never really done before. Um, yeah, basically had some highs, some lows at the start. Was attacked by the uh, the House of Brutii, forced down to the northern parts of Africa and the western parts of Europe and Spain. Kind of got cornered in, but adapted, overcame, and totally dominated the world. Um, been playing Total War for several years, 10, 15 plus years, um, and have never had a clean total world domination win since Medieval 2 Total War when it initially came out. It's been a long time, and Rome Total War is definitely my favorite game in the entire series. So doing that, was pretty cool. A lot of people think the House of Julii is kind of like, the I don't know, the meat and potatoes of Total War. It's kind of the boring move, but I love the House of Julii. I think their campaigns are super fun and interesting. I think going after the Gauls and sort of that divide in technology and development is super interesting. Um, so with that, now proceeding into Rome Remastered Barbarian Invasion, I want to keep up with that, and I kind of rebuild that. Alter history a bit, and come back with the Western Roman Empire. I've always put on very hard difficulty with campaign and battle. I'm not the best player in the world, but I think I'm pretty decent, and I've been playing the games for a long time. The problem with doing the Western Roman Empire is it's the hardest faction in the entire game for sure. I haven't played the Warhammer series, but it's got to be one of the hardest factions to um, win the main campaign with out of the entire series. So I initially did a campaign with the Western Roman Empire, and it lasted all of about 10 minutes before I realized that I was going nowhere fast. Um, all right. So now I'm here to try again the next day after doing a little bit of research and figuring it out. Um, so yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So we'll be doing the Western Roman Empire campaign, especially the start, which is the most crucial part. Very hard difficulty on battles and campaigns. I might actually move battle difficulty down to hard. I don't know if it's the remastered update, but there's certain things that, like morale and things like that, I think are affected too much by the remastered update. But without further ado, let's drop into the Western Roman Empire campaign. Yeah, so as I was saying, complete sweep in Rome Total War Remastered, and I wanted to play through basically Rome Remastered as well as the Barbarian Invasion, sort of the rise of Rome and the fall of Rome. And then, I don't know if I'll play Alexander, never played it before, but I also have it included in the Remastered Edition. It took me, I want to say 35 or so hours to beat Rome Total War Remastered Total Domination as the House of Julii. I think one thing that was a bit different, and I again don't know if this was the remastered version, but I was turned on so quickly by the House of Brutii, and I don't remember that happening before. I was turned on, and it must have been probably between turns like 75 and 100. I'd have to double check that, but it seems super early for them to turn on me. Granted, they controlled a lot of land. They basically had conquered all of, western and northern and eastern sides of the map. They'd taken out all of the Greeks and the Spartans and Athenians. And this House of Scipio did absolutely nothing. They just sat in Italy. I think they maybe tried to take parts of Sparta and Greece, but they just fell apart. They got absolutely destroyed. After the House of Brutii turned on me, I just took out the House of Scipio and took their cities because Rome was in total revolt, and they were just taking up land that I could hold, especially the island off of Italy there. With the 3 settlements, I think that was kind of my stronghold, as well as Carthage when the House of Brutii was just destroying me. So yeah, I was able to kind of merge into the bottom left corner of the map, hold that, hold Egypt, hold parts of Spain, and yeah, never really gave up on that. So that turned out pretty well for me. So Western Roman Empire is got to be one of the hardest start to finish campaigns, especially the start. Basically, Rome's at a turning point right now. Several of your cities and governments are pagan by their religion. Several of your cities and governments are also Christian. And same with your generals and high-ranking officials. They're all pagan or Christian. So you have this weird mixture of pagan and Christian, and no one's happy. As you can tell by a lot of the city morale here, no one's happy. You have a lot of land, which is usually a good thing. The problem with this land is you have no money. You only have 1,000 denarii. Not much to do with 1,000 denarii. So what you basically have to do is, survive, improvise, adapt, all that. And this isn't normally how I play Total War, typically. I think generally I will play as a smaller faction and build out. It's usually a little bit easier that way, a little easier to control. So one thing I thought about doing after I just got completely stomped as the Western Roman Empire was playing as the Celts up here. But I decided let's just take another stab at the Western Roman Empire. So I took some notes, especially on the first couple turns. These are very crucial. Give me 1 second here. Alright, so there's a couple things you can do. One I really didn't want to do, and that's make Massilia the capital city. The reason I don't want to do it, I know this isn't a 99% or 100% historically accurate game, but Rome is the capital of Italy. So by making Massilia the capital city, you get a bonus for several of these cities because they're closer to the capital. I just don't like doing that, so I'm going to try and avoid doing that. If possible, I might have to, though. We'll see. You want to keep your happiness level in each city above 75%. If it's below 75%, the odds are the city's going to be revolting soon. So you can see here, 65%, 55, 40. So you kind of have to pick and choose, what cities are going to be worth holding. Because some of them, like down here, Lapicius Magna, 0%. We're not going to hold this city. This city is going to revolt for sure. It's a Christian city for the most part, but our general is pagan. So we don't want him there. Odds are we're going to lose this city no matter what with a 0% morale. So we're definitely going to want to get him out of here. So this is going to be our first move. I think we're going to move south to north. So why don't we get him on one of these boats? And we'll get back to the boats later. Some of them I don't think are worth keeping. So we're going to lose this city. Let's get this guy out of here. Carthage is a Christian city. We have a pagan general. What we want to do is find a pagan city. So I think we might want to move him into Syracuse. Here we have a pagan general. 80%. It's not bad, not great. Christian general, Christian city. I think we can save Carthage. Carlus, Christian general, Christian city. Tarentum is a Christian general, Christian city. Most of Italy should be pretty Christian on point. So pagan general, pagan city, 60%. No governor. A pagan city. So what we can do here, since Rome has a 90% happiness rating, is we can move our faction leader, villain Tianus the Wrathful. We can move him up to Ravenna, like this. We'll lose a little bit of happiness in Rome, still at that 75% threshold. And then we will move Flavius, 60%, 40%. Ooh, you know what? Let's do that. That's okay. Alright, so one thing I forgot to do, we're gonna go back down. We're not gonna do... Actually, we're gonna lose this city no matter what. So what I'm gonna do is just demolish we're not keeping this city. I'm gonna try and demolish as much of the infrastructure as I can. Get some money back. We're gonna lose it, so let's just get as much money out of it as we can. Okay, so right there we just got 865 denarii. But as I was thinking, we're gonna want to remove anything religious that is pagan. Here we're Christian, we're good. If any pagan, yes, right here, pagan, we want to get rid of this. You can go with a pagan government. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm playing towards a Christian government. No reason, really. Just I find it to be a little bit easier. So we're going to remove all pagan shrines in the cities that have them. I'm going to go through that real quick. So basically this makes it easier to convert people to Christianity. 20% happiness if we remove pagan camp. We go to 0%. So this is another city. No general. Christian city. It might just be best to leave this one for now. Also, the Eastern Roman Empire is probably going to attack us here because this is such a susceptible city. So what we can do is, what I would do is get rid of the cavalry unit. It's expensive. Try and get these guys over here. I'm not going to demolish everything because this is a city that we can easily take back. Moving into Rome, Christianity. Pagan. So. Get rid of that. Pagan. Get rid of that. Pagan. Get rid of that. And not only is this going to help us in the long run, this is also going to help us in the short term by getting some more money in the bank. Pagan. Now keep in mind, I haven't done this, but you can play towards paganism as well. So the only place you're not going to touch up here is England, you know, London and Aberrusium, I don't know. Aberricum? You're not going to touch these because this is pagan and very happy. Leave it be. It has no effect on the southern cities. We're removing pagan shrines. And eventually you'll want to rebuild these with Christian shrines, obviously. We're not going to have that money readily available to us right away. Maybe we can use it in certain settlements. But not in all. So, thankfully, alright, that should be good. I believe I got everything. So right now we've got 6,000 denarii now, starting from 5,000. Now what we're going to want to do is go through each settlement and check on this happiness rating. I mean, these cities we're just not going to hold. Very low happiness rating. So what we're going to want to do is maximize our military. Remove these guys. Try and get as many of them out as possible. We're not going to hold these cities. So we're going to give up all those cities and pull back. Here. Some of these... Why don't we totally destroy some of this stuff? Definitely want to destroy military buildings too, because when they do revolt, obviously military will be pretty important, so let's just get as much money out of these as possible. We'll just do this for these three outlying cities. Then maybe for here we'll destroy the... No, I don't even have a barracks, okay. We're gonna get all of these boys back. Hopefully they stay with us, hopefully they don't abandon. So, 35%, that's pretty low. We have a pagan general and a pagan city. I think a lot of these cities are going to lose pretty quick. So I'm going to give up these cities. Let's take some buildings from here. Oh shoot, I did not mean to do. I'm trying to move the capital. So that's good. We'll destroy the barracks here. Time being. Barracks here for the time being. And we're going to focus on this best we can. So we've got 10,000 denarii, we've got a couple of really good cities, some not so good cities. So now, what we're going to have to do is start taking some tax breaks. So the cities that we've abandoned. That's fine. Short term, what we can do is jack up these taxes. So. So I believe in some of these cities, I'm not going to be able to do that. That's okay though. Yeah, I think I destroyed too many buildings. That's okay. We'll be fine. So we're gonna start with Carthage again. 75% is kind of that threshold. So we'll go low tax rate in Carthage. Syracuse, we're gonna switch to monthly games. We'll keep the tax rate the same. What if we did a high? Yeah, we'll go monthly games. Perilous. We're at 105. That's fine. Honestly, it would be worth. Yeah, let's go high tax rate there. Here, so we're at 55%. If we go low, we'll be at 85. Massilia, we're at 80. That's fine. We could do monthly and high. Let's try that out. But here it's a city we're giving up. Let's just jack that tax rate up. Another city where we're just gonna give it up, so let's just jack the tax rate up. Here, up top, we're really pretty happy. Go normal tax rate there. Normal tax rate there, that's fine. Coming down 35. So if we go low taxes, %10 there. We'll go low taxes there. There's a lot of paganism there. We have a Christian general. Ideally, we'd have a pagan general in this city. This guy is the closest. So I'm gonna try and get him there. Okay. And then going down, so we're at 60%. We'll go low taxes, 50%. Go with monthly games and low tax rate. Ravenna. Low tax rate. Monthly games. Rome's okay. We'll leave it as is. Rentum's okay, we'll leave it as is. Okay. Alright, so we've kind of got our taxes organized. Okay, there's a couple more things we can do. I was just referencing my notes there. So, one thing I did remember, cavalry is very expensive. The upkeep cost, especially in these kind of outer forces that aren't going to be as involved. Don't want the cavalry. Going to cost too much to upkeep, and ultimately probably not even be used for anything. So we're going to want to get rid of all of our cavalry. Again, primary thing is might keep those guys. Those are a little nicer units. Here's kind of another couple cities I forgot about with the taxes. So 0%, probably gonna lose that. Destroy the barracks. Destroy the practice range. We'll move here. We're at 25%. We can go with a low tax rate. That should help. Then there's a couple other tricks here. So we can negotiate here. With the Frankii, because what we'll do is we'll give them map information for money, and by doing that, okay. By giving them map information for money, we'll just have more money, which is what we need. And then, also what we're going to want to do is attack here. I'm going to check on that. Yeah, so I don't want to move that quite yet. Yeah, I mean, some of these cities just aren't. We're gonna wanna distribute troops in these cities just to keep a little more order. Okay. So now we've kind of got our money figured out. So next step, just like cavalry, another thing that's very expensive is ships. We're not gonna need most of these, so we can disband. Several of these boats, especially up here. We're just not going to need these ultimately anytime soon. We'll keep these guys, and that's it. So again, that's going to save us some more money. This is really all about is saving money. Another place we're going to lose, so let's check the tax rate. Okay. So yeah, really the only thing left that we could possibly do is make Massilia the capital city. Again, I don't really want to do that. Just kind of out of pride, I guess. So yeah, now we're going to lose a bunch of cities. We're going to lose some generals probably, but it's all going to be part of the process. So now we can recruit a little bit. If we want to pull up our financial situation. So we're going to be making about 2,000. We've got a little bit income. So in cities that we want to hold, we'll want to try and make an effort there. So anything that's like above 75, I'm just going to leave. Leave B for now. Anything that's borderline, like Massilia, I'm going to kind of get going a bit, so we can build a Christian shrine. We can also yeah, I'd like to ideally add in some troops. But probably won't be necessary. And the Christian shrine there as well. Christian shrine. Getting some more soldiers can also help with public order. That city's fine, actually. So 65% here. Christian shrine. We'll leave these as is. Alright, so now we've got 5,000 to play with a profit. Want to get a little bit of recruitment going, and this is a good city. I think it's a city that's worth getting some more functionality in, so I'm gonna also build a practice range for archers. Again, trying not to focus on cavalry, especially early on. I have little to no money. And then we also will want to increase our trade, if possible. I might honestly just leave this be for now and kind of see how we do these early on turns. Alright, so that's our first turn. Very long turn. But one that I think is worth taking. Alright, so now we've got some cities here that are rioting. So good to know. We have a low tax rate monthly. Why don't we switch that to daily and try and avoid the riot? We also have a pagan general in a Christian city. Oh, we got a good city there. Pagan generals, not great. I kind of expect most of them to retaliate. So just be careful. This guy's got high loyalty. So keep that in mind. Loyalty, it's not bad. Another city that's revolting here, so Christian general, Christian city. We have low tax rate, so we can kind of impose some military force there, keep that under control.
Engage the enemy. Begin the siege. Settlement under siege, sir.
Kind of stack up this army a bit, add in some more troops. Pagan generals just really are sketchy right now, ultimately. So be careful. We're also now losing money. Something to keep an eye on. So what we can do, now that we're here,
I will address them at once.
we can offer trade rights, we can offer map formation, and we can also request a payment.
I will address them at once.
So trade rights, map information, request single payment. Let's do 5,000. Landing. Okay, let's do 3,000.
I will address them at once.
Trade rights, map information, make single payment. Let's try 3,000. Balanced.
A most generous proposal.
Nice. So we've got some trade there. That'll obviously help. We can also try and send him somewhere else. Further east. Okay, that city's rioting. That was to be expected. This city is oddly rioting. Added some more troops there. Let me get these guys out. Syracuse rioting. That's not great. Let's get a low taxes for now. That's rioting. That's fine. Got some sort of disease here. Carless is Carless. Everything's rioting here. That was to be expected. Okay, that's all going about what I planned. So while we have a little more money, this settlement's looking pretty good. We can probably look to improve upon it. So adding in trade, I think, is important. Potentially a barracks as well. Yeah, we'll just do that and we can repair our stable. Okay. in a Christian chapel here. Massilia revolting.
Imperator,
We do have a pagan general.
forward,
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
forward.
Oh, 115%. Interesting. We could train just a couple units here. Just to help. Especially while these guys are still coming over. And we also have this boat down here. Going up to Syracuse. Alright. So, there we go. We just lost a couple settlements. Basically, everything I thought we would lose. Yeah, I mean, that was about to be expected. So, now we are in major debt, actually, by losing those cities. Yeah, civil revolt basically everywhere. We will probably want to recruit some troops here when we can. This is going to be a close fight. Got 2 general's bodyguard and 2 large sets of units. I'll go ahead and fight this one just to make sure we can win. Need to get a new CPU, so if you like what you see, please watch, subscribe, everything. Follow me on Twitch. My Twitch is twitch.tv/Gwilkers96, same as my YouTube channel.
There have been many portents, both good units on my orders. Commander, orders complete. Run, cohort units. Units, hurry, hurry, archers. Units, double time. Double. Yes, attack the gate. Archers.
What if they want to attack that spear warband? Then we can get our legionaries in position. It is nice to have archers that actually do do stuff. One thing I also just noticed with the stream, hang on here. I think I should be doing game capture here. Yeah, okay. I think that should improve performance. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, that should fix the choppiness. 45 minutes in. Alright. So, definitely going to be an all-hands fight here. There's always that notion in the back of your mind, it's like... it's okay to lose troops. Troops cost money. All that, so... Alright, let's get through the gate here.
Our soldiers have done their work well. The battering ram has broken through the gate. Our soldiers have captured the walls. Now is the time to press on and capture this place. Commander! Commander! Units! Double time! Units!
The spear band here.
Yes! Yes! Imperator!
We'll try and just clobber these guys as best we can. That's looking mighty nice. I've even lost a soldier, actually. Lost one man. Okay, that's gonna help turn this thing. Alright, so let's get everyone in the walls. Reform ranks. It's got a lot of cavalry and another line of spears. Fortunately for myself, I don't have spears. So I'll probably need my general to fight this cavalry. If he retaliates at all. Just gonna sit there. These guys are armored, so we actually will switch to fire. Should hopefully be able to Survive this. Shaken, bacon. Extinguish flames against them. Pull my general out.
The enemy king lies dead at your feet.
There we go.
Now is the time to strike hard at his grieving subjects.
Nice. Basically all over but the screaming. Beautiful. So we added a new city to compensate for all the cities we just lost. A little bit at least. What we can do also is exterminate the population, get a little more money. Should help. So we got 8,000 denarii, we'll kill the entire population. So that's going to help with our debt a bit. Pagan city, the Christian general. When do we send in a pagan general? For the time being. 105% happiness, that's good. That's what you want to see. This city's sketching me out a bit. So this is one that would probably be helped by being closer to the capital city, as I mentioned. And yeah, I think that's a good place to stop for right now. I'll try and keep these all under an hour, and also try and make sure that we're capturing the game properly so it's not as skippy. But yeah, that's the first couple turns here in Total War Barbarian Invasion. with the Western Roman Empire. So it's been a tough start, interesting start. We've had to make a lot of moves here.
Fleet ready. Ready to sail.
A lot of financial moves. So net, we need to save about $3,000. It's gonna be tough. Merchant. I can't negotiate with terrorists, unfortunately. So I'll have to keep pushing. Yeah, there. Have him go that way. But yeah, I think this is a pretty solid stopping point for the first couple turns. But yeah, I'll look to be back with some more content on this as well. So, perfect. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you watching if you stayed around for the whole video. If not, appreciate you watching what you did. Looking forward to creating more content just like this. Thanks.